you. Good morning, I'm Stephen Datz, Chair of the Awards Committee. I'd like to call the January 20th, 2022 Awards meeting to order. We have a physical quorum represented by Stephen Datz, Jordan Pope serving as a delegate for Laura Dutton, and Hai Vu. We also have Ricky Erickson and Joe Orfano joining us via WebEx. The Office of General Counsel is represented by Regina Ross, and Budget is represented by Laura Whitmer. Before we begin reviewing today's agenda, I'll note that there isn't anyone physically present for public comment. Haley, did you receive any public comment via email?
No public comment.
All right, thank you. Let the record show we did not receive any public comment via email. I'll pause for a moment for callers joining us via WebEx to unmute and speak up. Okay, hearing no comments, we'll proceed with today's regular agenda. On today's agenda, we have items 1, 3, and 4 that have been reviewed by Procurement and Budget. Note that items 2 and 5 have been deferred. These items are now ready to be reviewed by the Awards Committee, beginning with item 1, representing the minutes from the January 13th, 2022 Awards Committee meeting. Are there any comments or corrections to be discussed? Okay, may I get a motion to approve award item 1 representing the minutes from the January 13th, 2022 Awards Committee meeting?
Stephen, real quick, I'm sorry, I didn't catch this sooner. Can you scroll back up to award number 6? So award number 6, we need to update that. We ended up, and this is the information for the committee, some additional information was determined after the awards committee approved award number 6 last week. And so Stephen held off on signing off on that award. We're going to do a little bit more research and dig into the leasing option versus the option maybe to possibly look at doing it somewhere else. So we have some discussion set up later this week to talk about that. But just wanted to let the committee know. So I think we need to update that number 6 accordingly. And then as soon as we determine what the best path forward is, we will amend it and bring it back to the committee. But that one went to Jay. This packet went to Jay without that one being signed. So I don't know if there's a way that we want to do that, Regina, or do we just want to maybe note it on this meeting minute? I'd kind of looking to you for some guidance on that one.
Sorry, trying to unmute myself. Note that the item's going to come back. It's going to come back with, I'm assuming you're going to bring it back, correct? After some additional work's been done on it. So it has been approved. We think. Yeah, it has been approved. You're going to do some additional work and you can bring it back to the board for reconsideration. And just when you bring it back, you note the history of it and what's been changed and what reconsideration or what reconsideration you're looking for.
Okay. So maybe just make a note that we touched on it today in our meeting minutes.
Right, yeah. Make sure you notate it in your meeting minutes. And it's the anticipation that this item's going to come back for reconsideration.
Perfect. Okay, sorry to pause you, Stephen. I just wanted to make sure we touched on that.
That's great. And thank you, Regina. Appreciate your feedback. All right, may I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes?
So moved.
And a second? Second. Thank you. We have a motion from Hai Vu, a second from Jordan Pope. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? All right, I'll pass it over to Jenny McCollum, our Chief Procurement Officer, to walk us through each of the remaining items before I ask for a motion, beginning with item 3.
Thank you. Through the chair, award number 3 is a contract increase. This is for our furniture procurement, delivery, and service for the new headquarters. Purdue Inc. is our recommended awardee in the amount of $680,820.85. Originally, this was awarded and approved by the awards committee in November, and it was for the first phase in the amount of approximately $1.3 million. During the first phase, just as a recap, the majority of the items for the standard workstation were for standard workstations, bench workstations, and portions of items for the standard offices that were going to be purchased. This award is for the second phase, which includes the task chairs, majority of the conference tables and chairs, standard office storage items, tables and chairs for level 2, traditional training rooms will be purchased. And then additionally, ancillary furniture will be grouped in upcoming phases that will be brought before the awards committee. So this is being brought to you guys in phases as we, as Nancy's group works with our consultants to figure out, you know, how we're phasing this in. So I will pause there and see if Nancy wants to add anything.
The only thing I'd add is that the other, a couple more phases will be coming fairly shortly. I'd say in the next couple of weeks. We're getting really close. There may be a few items that we order a little bit later out, but Purdue and Steelcase, the vendor and the manufacturer, are able to commit to deliveries by the time we need it, but some of these are longer lead items, so we'll try to get them in as quickly as we can, and we're getting close on finalizing most of the decisions. Thank you, Jenny.
Very excited.
And Nancy, this is Stephen. Just for clarification, what we're approving is under the category of workstation, standard office, and task chairs. The $3 million budget estimate for conference collaboration, training, and ancillary is what you're referring to that will be coming up later?
Well, really, we had one whole budget for furniture, but we just sort of allocated it to the basic workstations. That was the $2 million. So out of this order, the task chairs, the standard office storage would come out of that original number, and the conference tables really are considered ancillary, but we just showed 2 lines to help us track to intended budget. It's really add the 2 together and you've got the overall budget.
Okay.
Nancy, do we think there's another, in the next few awards, if we looked at that budget of $5 million, do you think you'll spend the whole $5 million? So the ancillary stuff coming, will it be another $3 million the awards committee will see?
It's likely. We may not go to the full cap, but I think we'll be at least 4.5, 4.6 altogether.
Okay. Does that help, Stephen?
Thank you.
I'll pass it back to you for a vote.
All right, thank you, Jenny. May I get a motion to approve award item 3?
Motion to approve.
And a second?
Joe Arpano, second.
Thank you. We have a motion from Jordan Pope, a second from Joe Arpano. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion is adopted. I'll pass it over to Jenny to present award item 4.
Thank you. Through the chair, award number 4 was an RFP. This is for design services for the Arlington East Water Reclamation Facility. And part of the project will include construction services to modify, like the design to modify 3,600 square foot structure to the warehouse building. So it's an existing structure that they're also looking at like a redesign to. So if I stated that wrong from the business, somebody please jump in. But PQH Group Design Inc. is our recommended awardee in the amount of $106,180. We expect the design for this award to be complete in June of 2022. And I'll just make a note that PQH Group Design Inc. is a JSUB firm. When we first started negotiating the design rates with this group, They came in at about 116,000, almost 117,000. So we went back and did some negotiating with them and decreased the rates by approximately, on average, 9%. So the updated, I'll just note that, also going into this, using the existing structure, I think we were thinking that the costs would be lower, but we've updated the budget to reflect some additional civil engineering design, updated operational requirements consisting of extending height requirements for the equipment entering, exiting, and operating inside the building. So they're going to have to bring things into the building to do some construction and some in and out, and then also extensive soil borings and surveys. So a few things that just weren't accounted for originally with using an existing structure. We do think that the overall construction costs will be less than the other warehouses you guys have seen. And so overall, we feel like this is, we still feel like this is reasonable. And if we look at the other, I believe 3 that we've brought to the committee, all of the design costs were higher than this one. So we do have something to compare to. They all have their unique, caveats to the projects, but the overall goal is to have a standard design across all the warehouses. So I'll pause there and let the business jump in if I misstated anything or if you guys want to add anything.
Good morning, Jenny. This is Matthew Poteet, Facilities Associate Manager, Capital Projects. You tell the story really well. The existing structure on site is what we're going to, we've been asked by the plant management to, again, turn that into a new warehouse structure. So basically, we're taking a wall and adding a roof on. We've already designed out 3 other warehouse structures for wastewater at District 2, Mandarin, and Blacksford wastewater reclamation facilities. We're trying to keep with the existing standard designs, but this is kind of a one-off, trying to utilize an existing structure. So we're trying to get the height requirements for the fleet trucks, as we're going to be using the wastewater boom trucks to load and offload inside the building, as well as forklift travel. So that's part of the reason why the difference in estimating initially versus what the revised engineering cost is. So if anybody has any other questions, I'll be happy to answer those at this time.
I have a question. This is Jordan. Matt, just to confirm, this is not the construction of a new building and converting an existing building. It's just converting an existing building, correct?
It's correct. It's just converting the old, I guess it was a transformer area at Arlington East. It's got 4 walls all the way around it, roughly 10 feet high. The footers are already poured. We're not trying to re-pour anything. We're just trying to make best use of this square footage of this existing structure and just put the best roof we can put on it, put roll-up doors, put traffic pattern through the building so wastewater folks can drive through, offload, onload their equipment, and then get out of there. So of course we've got some electrical, we got some security put in there, but again, we're trying to just modify an existing structure to meet the needs of the wastewater business.
That's great. Thank you.
Matt, you said that much more eloquently than I did. Thanks for jumping in.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Are there any other questions from the committee? All right, I'll pass it back to Stephen for a vote.
Thanks, Jenny. May I get a motion to approve award item 4?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
We have a motion from Hai Vu, a second from Jordan Pope. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion is adopted. Award item 5 has been deferred. The entire agenda representing items 1, 3, and 4 are approved for January 20th, 2022. Is there any other business to come before the awards committee at this time? All right, seeing none, we're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.